Williams. I really had a rough time when I was in high school, and I wanted to tell you guys my story today because I think we all have a rough time in high school. And I started at Silverado. I'm a triplet, so both of my sisters were there as well, and I was excited to start at a new school, nervous and hesitant, but a lot of things happen in life at the time of high school, and life just gets a little bit crazy sometimes, and consequently, I ended up being really anxious and depressed and having a difficult time engaging in my classes and really caring about what I was doing. I started going down the wrong path and not really going to school, not taking it seriously when I was there. When I started at Central, it was a new start for me, but for some reason I still wasn't in the right headspace. It took me a really long time to figure out why I couldn't get myself engaged. And I ended up consequently actually dropping out when I was here at Central. I gave up on myself. I gave up on my future and my goals and my dreams because I didn't really believe in myself anymore. And after all that happened, I realized I think it was such a waste to have been in school my entire life since I was a tiny little kid and not even get a GED or diploma. I could have dropped out a long time ago, I was a senior already, so. I ended up going to adult education just down the street here in Monterey and getting my high school diploma, which was a huge moment for me. And then I started to hear about Galvin College. I had always known of it, and it was starting to become this idea in my head. I never really expected that I would go to college, because when I was in high school, I just was so disengaged. I just didn't even care. I didn't put that future in my own mind. And starting at Galvin College, I was super anxious, really afraid. I didn't want my experience to be anything like high school, because who wants to relive high school? It was pretty horrible for me anyway. But when I started at Galvin, I started meeting all these people. There were so many friendly faces, so many people that want to see you do good, so many people that don't even know your reputation, and I wanted it to be a fresh slate for myself. I really wanted to turn over the leaf this time, and I made a promise to myself. I promised that my experience at Galvin College would be nothing like it was in high school. I would be involved, I would care about my classes, I would care about the relationships I made, and I would inevitably try a lot harder. And so I stuck to that since my first day at Galvin until now. And when I was in high school, I had no type of GPA, horrible attendance, I just was doing awful. But coming to Galvin College, I'm now a straight A student. I'm super involved in campus. I'm part of the Honor Society program. I'm also a certified peer mentor, working with students who are much like myself, anxious and afraid to start college and start a new journey. And now I'm able to relay that message of, we go through these dark times in life, but they don't define us at all. And that's not our entire life. There's bad days, but it's not a bad life. And Galvin really rekindled in me that burning passion that I've always had towards higher education and continuing my journey and just taking those baby steps, one foot in front of the other, until I ultimately will reach my goal. And I made my goal to one day become a doctor in psychology to help people that were struggling with mental health, much like myself, when I was in high school, because I had a psychologist who influenced me and changed my life and made me get in that right mind frame to come to college and really make it happen for myself. And I hope that if anybody in this room is struggling in the ways that I was, when I was here last time in this cafeteria, this is bringing back so many flashbacks, but if anybody of you are going through that, or feeling man, I can't go to college, I can't do it, I'm here to tell you guys, as an example standing in front of you, you can do it, and you can make it happen, and there's so many people around you that'll want that for you, and want to see that growth in you if you just reach out your hand and say, you know what, I'm here and I want to get it done. So I hope to see you guys around at Galvin, and if you guys ever come into the Welcome Center, I'll probably be there to help you out and help you register and teach you more about the college.